What's up there? What's up there? What's up there? Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. It's nice to be here. Half of July and like most of August were a freaking nightmare for me. I'm still going through it, but I'm just doing better. I'm just doing a little bit better. I just realized that not only life is just a joke, but like how important it is to know what is good for you and what isn't, what you need to let go for good for you, and what you don't have to revisit ever again in your life. We're gonna get through it a little bit. So I had like tremendous panic attacks, even hysteria. I'm just laughing, but it's not funny. I'm just laughing because sometimes, that's all you can do because life is funny like that. Um, and why am I saying life is funny like that, Because, like, in this life, you never freaking know. You never freaking know when you're going to live this place, and also like you'll never freaking know why something so terrible have happened to you, because most of the times things happen for you, not to you. Because throughout my life, my most darkest moments brought something so magical after, right? So it would be crazy for me not to know that and not to embrace that. But sometimes when you're going through it, it's like, what's the point? What's the point? Because, like, especially if you have been a person like me who has gone through so many lessons and is always like, oh, another lesson. Because, like, because it's not just another lesson. It's just also about experiencing beautiful things and like being present, and having fun. And I feel like I have missed and I have lost the fun of my life. And it's crazy that in really dark and crazy times, I'm just realizing like this is all a freaking joke. Like, laugh, because I cannot make this shit out, Like, and yeah, a lot of family things went down this last month, but I feel like we are at the end of a big cycle, since this is like a non-year, and for me it's like, and I'm hearing some tingles in my ears. Maybe that's a sign. But yeah, I'm so done with my parents and my family. And I feel like what has happened lately is like I'm so done asking for help or hoping and just, like begging and pleading for people that never were there for me, because as I was going through some really rough patches, that was like, let's just say month, this last month, almost last month, no, maybe like a month, I realized that like I was alone. I was always alone. I was always going through the darkest patches of life and roads and paths alone. I'm going to give shout out to God, angels, archangels, spirit guides, my protectors, my higher self, because without them I wouldn't do it. And I have to give a big shout out to my sister because she has been holding me down, but my parents never truly did, and my friends from back then never truly, like, deeply did that. And as I'm, as I was going through all this thing, I realized that, what, it's sad, and it's sad and I'm grieving, but you know what, this time around is different. This time around is like, I understand that we are at the big end of a big cycle that can no longer continue. I can no longer think or keep um living my life thinking that these people have the best intentions for me, because they don't. And the truth is, sometimes we need to make peace with things and just let them go. And like, isn't it just so ironic that we're in this collective energy of North Node and Pisces and South Node in Virgo, which is like, we need to let go of things. We need to let go of of attachments, because like Virgo is earth energy, right? And even though it's mutable sign, which means it's better with change, still it's earth, so it may be still attached to physical things. And then Pisces is mutable water, right? And that is a letting go of emotions, letting go of things that no longer serve us, letting go of our weight of the world, because we need to fly, and in order to fly we cannot carry this heavy baggage with us anymore, right? And I realized as I was going through some really tough times and moments that, you know what, these people never were there. And it's like, why do I want to rewrite the story? You know, maybe because I want to feel just for a little bit that these people cared, but maybe that's what they needed to do, to not care. Maybe that's, you know, what needed to happen. And it's not a punishment, it's just my soul, you know, purpose and story, you know. And I've seen this one video on Instagram yesterday that popped up in my feed, and I was like, yo, you know, he was really explaining that, you know, the fact that you grew up with these family members do not mean that you have to hate them or whatever, you know. It doesn't mean you're being punished. It just means that your soul wanted to learn something through this experience, right? Maybe to be more independent, or maybe um to not be so attached to others, maybe to see its power, but also, you know, to learn the lessons that you had to learn. Because like, truth is, my family has teach me a lot, you know, in really bad and terrible ways. My parents have teach me a lot of things in bad and terrible ways, but you know what, they always teach me in bad and harsh ways to choose myself. And I feel like that's really important, because I have seen throughout my relationships what it was like not choosing myself, what it was like abandoning myself. My parents had to abandon me and reject me so many times in order for me to wake up and choose myself, in order for me not to abandon myself. And in this process, I abandoned myself. I rejected myself. I hated myself, because, you know, we reflect and we learn to give what we have been given, you know. And that was what I was given, you know, abandonment and rejection and hate, because that's what my parents learned from their parents, right? To hate their bodies, hate their jobs, hate their life sometimes, you know, reject themselves in so many ways. And it's like, I'm so tired. I had to realize, like, I am abandoning myself by choosing this, and that. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. I'm still trying to master that, though. But the truth is, these people teach me those lessons in the most heartbreaking ways. They had to abandon me in so many difficult paths. So it's such deep, intense, and dark paths in my life. And I had to learn how to not abandon myself, because, you know, sometimes we learn the hard way. You know, our parents may never teach us the right way to love ourselves, but by teaching us the wrong way to love ourselves is showing us what do not serve us and what we need to let go. And so that's how things have went with my parents. You know, they always show me what do not serve me, what is not good for me, what makes me sick. And then when I see it and I realize it, it's like, oh, okay, so I need to change this and I need to change that. And I feel like we're in this big closing of a cycle. And I really do mean that, because like I have peace in my heart. I have peace in my heart knowing that these people are not going to help me. I have peace in my heart while saying that thank God they won't. Thank God they're far away from me. I really do hope they don't have to help me, and I really do hope um yeah, I don't want them in my life anymore. I don't want them to know anything about me, because in order to have access to my life, you have to fucking earn that shit. Okay? And I'm 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 the type of person that, this doesn't always happen, right? But I cannot let you into my life after so many effed up things that you have done to me and pretend we're something, because just because we're blood related, it means nothing to me. And after all that I've been through, it's like, I don't care. I'm going to choose myself no matter what, and I'm going to keep living and keep blossoming and keep doing what I have to do, because I have a job to do here. I have so many things to do, and 11 o'clock, I have so many things to do. God knows that. And it's like, I'm not, I can't. I was crying for days because I had this weird feeling something bad is going to happen. And I had this weird feeling since May, you know? And I thought some of my parents would, me, something bad happened to them. But no, the bad shit was happening to me. But I was crying. I was saying to God that, you know what? I haven't, I'm not done. I have so many things to give to the world. I cannot go. I'm in debt. I'm in debt to you. Like I promised to do this. I own this to my soul. I own this to you. I'm of service. I'm here to be of service, and I haven't done that, and I'm not going anywhere if I don't do what I have to do. So it's like, no, I'm the person that no matter what has happened to me, I have I have almost like had like 3 near-death experiences, and it's like, still, even after that, I don't want to die. I don't, and it's not like this thing of like, I want to live forever, right? No, I want to live with purpose and of service. There's nothing bigger and better than doing what you're here to do. And I feel like for so long I was just so scared, and the fact that I had to go through this big near-death experience in Egypt, and my trip that I had in April, to just fucking post on Instagram, and no, to just freaking post on YouTube and then make a new Instagram account is crazy to me. But life works like that, sometimes there are just some things to wake you the fuck up and say, hey, it's your time and you're losing your time. And as a Capricorn rising, I'm like, yes, you're right. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose my time. I don't want to waste my time. I want to do things. And I've owned this, not only to myself, but to God. I own this to my soul. I own this because I really believe I came here because I had something to do, and I'm not done with that. So I cannot go. No matter what happens, you cannot move me. So it's like, even at terrible times, which I was really scared and all that, I was praying, like, God, it's not my time. God, I own you so many things. I have to repay you, right? But it's not like in a human way. It's like, I made this one promise to you and to my soul. I cannot no, I have to do it in this life. There's no other life, And yeah, if life ain't bad a joke, then what are we freaking laughing? Like, when Gerard Way said that, and it's crazy because, let me tell you this one thing. I have written in my notes app, an awakening like Gerard Way. I had like an awakening just like Gerard Way, or hard awakenings, Gerard Way, something like that. Let me explain. So when I was about to put the whole amount of money for my trip to Egypt in the bank, I came back and a big accident happened in front of me, and I was so freaking scared. I couldn't go there because I was so afraid I'd see blood or anything. Thank God, this person, this delivery man, had people around him, so I didn't have to go there. But I freezed because like this delivery man like walk past me, and I was just looking. I was about to take a walk, and I was having my Bluetooth headphones, and I was just searching for a song to play, and like in just some seconds after I had to choose a song as I was walking, this same delivery man that passed me was lying in front of me, and I was like, what happened? I love it, but it's not funny. I was so freaking, like I came back and I was so shocked. And this shock kept for days. And that was also a sign not to go on this freaking trip. Like so many crazy signs happened before this trip telling me not to go on this trip. And I wrote that down because like I had this one call with with a medical intuitive, and she told me like, you better start writing the signs. You better start writing what were the signs of something is not good and something that is. And anyways, everything is good, but and I remember I seen this, and I had made, it reminded me of Gerard Way, because like I saw this delivery man. I'm like, life is too short. Life is too freaking short to not do the job that you love. Life is too freaking short to not be with people you really love and care and vibe with. Life is too short to just play small. And I don't know, I feel like after this accident that happened on this person, maybe this person had a big awakening. But yeah, after that trip, I was so shocked. It reminded me of Gerard Way. It reminded me of why Gerard actually started My Chemical Romance, and that was because he witnessed the 7-Eleven, and because he's seen people, like he's seen people going through, what happened in front of his eyes, and he was like, life's too short. Life's too short. Let's make this freaking band and let's just do this because life's too freaking short. And that's me when I saw this delivery man. It's like, oh, life's too short and life's too small. And exactly what happened also with my near-death experience some weeks after this delivery man accident. And after I had written this down in my notes app, and it's like, Gerard freaking Way. Like, I understand and feel him so much and why he did what he did and why he did a freaking band and why he had to just witness that in order to do that. Because, sometimes, we as artists, we are the people that have been taught not to really follow our dreams because we're too delusional, we're too crazy, like most of the artists that have been gaslighted from their family. They have been the black sheep. They have, people have projected their own insecurities onto them. So yeah, life sometimes is, if life ain't bad a joke, then why are we laughing? Because like life is like that. Life is going to be so ironic and sarcastic with you that you have nothing else to do but really laugh about it, because like yesterday I was thinking like, what if I was seeing my life from like a third point of view, but this third point of view is not even like a character inside that. What if it was just a writer and author, right? Like what if, someone was seeing my story from like a really third point of view, or what if I was like in a character that a writer was writing. Right now I'm going through a character development. It doesn't mean I'm going to die, but sometimes to go through character development you have to go through some harsh things. You have to evolve, you have to grow, and grow is uncomfortable. To bloom and to grow, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, you know. Have you seen, because like I recently saw, like before 2 months, how a caterpillar is becoming butterfly, and I was crying my eyes out. I have never seen something as intense as a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. And we always say, you know, like transforming like a butterfly and all that, and I had to see that, and because I was also really obsessed with butterflies back then. And I'm like, I was crying my eyes out. Okay, that was definitely uncomfortable, definitely uncertain. You know, that's how change is. It's uncertain, it's unknown. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're going to encounter. You just don't know. Sometimes you just have to have blind faith. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean just close your eyes and listen to whatever anyone is saying. I'm just saying that sometimes you really have to trust God, that he's going to deliver you where you need to be. And I always think about myself as a little kid. Like when we were little kids, we weren't so just in our minds, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, you know, in the future. We were so in the now and so in the flow that whatever was happening, we kind of had like this blind faith, this blind trust. At least that's for me, you know. And I feel like most of the kids are like that, right? So yeah, since a kid I had like this blind faith that everything is going to go right. And even at times of crisis and panic and anxiousness, I'm still like, everything's going to be all right, because everything's going to be right. Like there's no other way for me. Like, you know, because I've seen through so much darkness. I've lived so much darkness and a rejection and just painful things in life, that there's nothing else, like nothing else for me but just happiness and love and beautiful things. Because like I'm so tired, I'm so like, it's like sometimes you just that freaking bored that you say, you know what, I don't care, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna take a leap of faith, you know, and take my shirt off in the rain, like Jenny says, right? Like, yeah, sometimes you just need that leap of faith, you know, to just say, ha ha ha, I'm just laughing it out, ha ha ha, I feel like everything's going to be all right, and everything's going to be all right, because delusion is the solution. But we had some little storage problems, so I have to really end this as quick as I can. But it's like, what if delusion is intuition? What if what people have learned, gaslight and say that is delusion and you being crazy or you thinking things that are not going to happen? What if it's just your intuition? What if it's your soul knowing your path? What if it's your soul knowing that everything is going to be all right, and actually I'm here to shine, and actually I'm here to be rich, and actually I'm here to have the best days of my life? And it's like, I don't know about you guys, no, but I'm here. I have passed my test, I have passed so many challenges, I'm still keep going, I'm still have like a pure heart full of light and all that. And it's like, I don't know about you, but there's only elevation for me. I don't know how you see this, but it's like sometimes it's also how you see your life. Because like since a kid, I always said to my mother, I always said, I don't know why I'm here to do something big. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I'm here to do something important, you know. And of course she was like, yeah, whatever, everybody thinks about that. But it's like, no, you don't know. Sometimes some of us, we really have come in with this big feeling of we have something to do, we're not here to play, and this life is not just about to shine, you know, like be a celebrity or whatever. This life is about changing structures. This life is about changing things around you by being the change, you know. And yeah, this life is all about you doing something different for the world, and being something different for the world. So yeah, I guess that's what I think we are. So yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say, that it's not delusion, it's a feeling that knows, you know, because I really believe like our soul knows when you know, when we need to do something, when our time is off, when our time is on, what we need to do. We are so lost in translation, but we always know. I always believe there's always a higher and bigger plan, that even when we're lost, we're going to get where we need to be, you know, because like there's going to be like some divine forces like pushing us to it. So that's what I really believe is going to happen. So yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say. I guess that's where I need to really close the video for today. I don't think I have anything else to say. If I really do have, I'm going to make another video. But thank you so much for listening. I hope this video resonated or helped in some way. So, have a great day, night, or evening, wherever and whenever you watching.